I have been doing extensive remote viewing of the Black Ops group, specifically from the Albuquerque, New Mexico Black Site facility and the Chihuahua, Mexico facility. Those two black sites, and also I remote viewed what I believe is a third black site facility on Zero Avenue, between Zero Avenue, Blaine, and Washington, Bellingham, Washington, in that area, which is a newer facility that had been built. And what I discovered is quite disturbing because the Rod of God technology, which is a kinetic rippling technology that can launch a kinetic strike from satellite systems hovering in orbit above the planet, they can launch any kinetic nuclear attack or a laser blast, and it will seamlessly destroy any building, any facility, anything. And it's a nuclear weapon, of a type of a nuclear weapon that's untraceable because it comes from orbit, from space. This Black Ops group has been able to convert this Rod of God technology and create smaller oscillation kinetic devices, and put them on the subduction zones to trigger earthquakes and tsunamis. And California recently had, on December the 5th, an earthquake that was on the Richter scale of 7, and they also had a tsunami warning. And then British Columbia has had two successive earthquakes, 3.8. And what had been disclosed about this Black Ops group is that they had planted nukes at the subduction zones and can trigger earthquakes and tsunamis. But what they did, instead of using large nukes, they've converted this Rod of God technology and put it into smaller devices with oscillation frequency that they could put at the subduction zones and trigger earthquakes, and there'll be no trace of any type of nuclear weaponry because it is unseen, untraceable. If something goes off and an earthquake occurs, it could be a targeted earthquake at a specific state, at a specific province between Canada and the US, and it's virtually untraceable. There won't be, the blast zone radius can be controlled. Where they set it off, how they set it off, they can just cause a man-made earthquake and it would look natural. I mean, this is the Rim of Fire, the Pacific Rim, where natural disasters, earthquakes, and tsunamis can happen. The subduction zones, because it's a hot zone for that stuff, but more likely man-made stuff triggered with this type of technology by this Black Ops group. And at first, for me, it's like, how can they make these little oscillation, well, not so little, but kind of like medium-sized oscillation devices and plant them at the subduction zones? It doesn't make any sense. Usually, like, I had been told it was large nukes, but apparently through the remote viewing, what I saw was, yes, they can make smaller devices now, because they've gotten up to this advanced point of technology, converting this Rod of God kinetic rippling weaponry that is put on satellites, converting it into these smaller devices, putting it on land features, subduction zones, even underwater. They can trigger these things, earthquakes and tsunamis. So is what's happening in the Pacific Northwest really natural? Or is it man-made disasters? And this Black Ops group is targeting specific areas to perhaps acquire people that they want for their operations. P7 psionics, to operate certain types of crafts and figure out how sentient crafts work on consciousness technology, because they want to acquire certain people. And in order to acquire them, if they trigger certain types of disasters, they can then perhaps take these people. Otherwise, it's all by free will choice, and most people wouldn't go and do that stuff, work for these black sites underground on this exotic technology, on shot down crafts that were acquired illegally, sentient crafts with consciousness technology that can only be operated by these P7s, psionics, that have these abilities to unlock harmonized frequency and certain types of vibration that these crafts are based on, even perhaps crystalline technology, advanced crystalline technology inside the crafts that you operate with thought consciousness. It's based on consciousness. So this is the disturbing stuff that I uncovered in remote viewing recently. And there's perhaps even targeted dossiers on those P7s, P5s, and it's all about psionics and psychic ability and telepathy. You could be very gifted and not even be aware of it based on your genetics. If you have certain types of a genetic profile of extraterrestrial beings, galactics, you have these abilities. They might be active and you're working with them and using them, or they might be dormant and you're not even aware of it, but you're on some Black Ops group's dossier to be acquired without even knowing it. And this is something that is highly disturbing to me, but it's something that is part of the hidden world that exists in these programs. Daniel List, dark journalist, was recently on a show talking about the Rod of God technology and how the deep state was trying to access the Edgar Cayce files on the various readings Edgar Cayce had done on advanced Atlantean technology. And the other remote viewings that I had done showed that this Black Ops group is using advanced reverse engineered technology from Atlantean archives that they got from an Atlantean society, like the pyramid generators tapping into zero-point technology attached to their bases at these underground black sites, generating unlimited energy to power those bases. The reverse-engineered anti-gravity crafts that hover using electromagnetic propulsion systems, plasma. Some of those crafts were also reverse-engineered from the Atlantean schematics from the archives, and from other Atlantean recovered technology that this black group knew where those sites were to recover that technology, among other things. Bioscience, biomedical, life regenerating technology, making personal medications on a molecular level, molecular structure, being able to change human biology, to make clean medicines, to make polymers, to synthesize any polymers that they want, to manufacture whatever they want from using holographic synthesis technology that is attached to advanced generator technologies, replicators and generators that can replicate anything that they want and manufacture. That exists in their black sites, that kind of an advanced technology, plus the ability to see the future events, technology to see into the future and influence events and timeline occurrences and change it if they want. They also have the technology to connect with psychics on a thought consciousness basis, brain-to-brain telepathy and communication, and talk to psychics and whoever they want telepathically that way. It's a thought consciousness technology. They have various types of holographic technology to shield their base facilities, to create a mountain where there isn't a mountain. They have advanced anti-gravity crafts with holographic technology on it as well. They can change your biology on a molecular science. They can make those polymers to manufacture and generate whatever they want in their own industry, pharmaceutical industry, manufacturing industry. This Black Ops group has a lot of leverage in the technology that they have and what they can do with it. They are a diverse team of scientists, military, and other types of specializations. And they are using P3 psionics to basically fly these reverse engineered crafts that they were able to shoot down with scalar technology. Pleiadian crafts, Sirian crafts, they've done this, and they've shot down advanced technology, not as far as advanced as the two sentient crafts that they have from other races, but they've been able to do this for a long time and use psionics to try to figure this technology out and further reverse engineer it successfully, but not the sentient crafts. That's why they need the P7s for that. So some of these discoveries are quite disturbing in how this is all unfolding and what they want. So I just wanted to report on that. Thank you so much.